So hey guys, I'm just sat in the gym with Lily. We were just doing a check-in, sort of the check-in just before she goes away. Started back in September, has worked really hard. It's done really well, and we were just talking, and it was like worth mentioning the changes that she's done, because it's. I think a lot could be learned from it. I think a lot could be learned from like what you've done, because but I'm interested, like, what do you think has been the main, like, key changes that you've implemented that have really helped, do you think?
I would say diet plan, definitely. So, like, prepping meals, because I was eating takeaway probably most evenings, or cooking food that I thought was healthy and it wasn't at all.
Yeah.
So the change there was massive, and also not eating the carbs in the evening made a huge difference on my sleep, like being awake earlier in the mornings, that sort of thing.
Did you find it impacted your energy levels then? So like improve them?
Yeah, so the first couple of weeks was hard because I lost, like, you don't really have much sugar.
Yeah.
So I found that quite difficult because I was eating a lot of like chocolate, sweets, like rubbish really.
How much would you say you were having before the challenge?
I probably had takeaway five nights a week.
What kind of takeaway was it? Curries, Chinese?
Chinese mostly.
Oh my god.
Chinese. And I would just eat
That's
it
a
like
lot.
Yeah, because it was easy. Like
It's
I could
quick.
buy it on a Monday and eat it for a few evenings, like Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah.
And I think it was just finding the time to do the cooking that I was putting off. But actually, when you batch cook, so I now do a food shop on a Sunday and cook it all on a Sunday.
Yeah.
I don't even think about, I need to go out to the shop and grab something, or I'll just get a takeaway because it's easier.
Yeah.
And now it's just done. So those first 2 weeks was really difficult because I was missing the sugar a lot.
Were you more tired during those first couple of weeks, or did you?
I would say so.
So
and
sort of
also
it was
because
uncomfortable.
I was going to the gym.
Yeah. Okay.
Which I wasn't doing before as well. So
you
I
hadn't
was
been
like,
training for it before?
No. I'd gone to a couple of gyms like in previous years, but I didn't really know what I was doing, and I was going on my own, so I had no motivation to sort of learn and do what I need to do. Yeah, or I would just go in and run on a treadmill, and I'd think, I'm wasting my money here. I don't know what I'm doing. Whereas you come into the classes and everyone's like super supportive, and you get guided on what works and what doesn't, and that's made a huge difference as well. And then sort of after the 2 weeks, it was wasn't tired, but I was getting more into a routine. So it was like going to bed and actually falling asleep and having a really good night's sleep because I was tired.
Mm-hmm.
Where I'd been to the gym, or I was eating the right amount of food. And a lot of my sleep before, I would say I used to eat at like 10, 11 o'clock at night. So I'd eat my dinner and then go to bed. So I'd go to sleep on like a really full stomach,
on
and
a
then
Chinese takeaway. Oh
wonder why I woke up so like
exhausted,
not refreshed. So that's made a huge difference, I'd say. But it's like fine now. It's completely normal. My sleeping pattern's great. Sleep all night, which I probably didn't do before. I'd have really broken sleep. And I'm exercising 3 times a week and eating food that's good for me.
Yeah. So you know, you've seen the differences. And like, so early on, like, how did you find the? Sorry, you can probably hear the class going on in the background. How did you find the first couple of weeks of training? Like, what was that like?
That was a bit of an eye opener because I didn't realise how unfit I was.
Yeah.
Just like the smallest of things, I was really struggling with.
Yeah.
And now when I come to classes, I still struggle, but I look at like the weights that I lift now. If I'm doing any of the bar work, it's not like they're not super heavy weights, but compared to what I started
compared to where they were, definitely.
It's such a difference. Like being able to hang on a bar and not fall off because I couldn't hold my body weight, whereas now I can. Like the push-ups, I would never really been able to do many obviously we do them quite often.
Are you doing them strict now?
With a
With
band.
With the bands, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I can do a couple now without.
That's
but
awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Hurts otherwise.
Yeah. No. Well, it's all progression, isn't it?
Yeah.
And
exactly.
and like outside of the gym, like what have been the key things changes that you've noticed, like as a result of the training and the nutrition and being consistent?
Obviously, the weight loss is the first one. Really noticed that.
Do you know what the total is then? Like, do you know what the total weight loss is?
Must be 8.5 kilos, I think.
And you're
11 weeks. This is my
11 weeks.
Yeah.
11 weeks. And you've done, and what's, and also I think how many, so how tall are you? You're 5 foot?
4'11".
4'11".
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, goodness. So that's like a significant amount of weight to have lost, like proportionately wise. That's massive.
Yeah, definitely. Like all my clothes, I've had to buy new clothes because I can't fit in any of mine anymore. Even my favourite pair of jeans, I can't really get away with wearing them anymore.
That's amazing.
Yeah, makes a huge difference.
High quality problem.
Yeah.
Has it? And how? Like, what about things like interactions with people, or like confidence, or things? Have you noticed anything changes there?
Massively. So there was a couple of things. Like, I was drinking quite a lot of alcohol before, and I think part of that was a bit of a confidence boost more than anything. And because you can't have any alcohol when you're doing the diet, I then got to sort of 7 weeks, I think it was, and it was my birthday, and I had one night out where I was drinking again. I thought, I can't do that again.
Yeah.
So now I quite often just go out and don't drink. Because
Designated driver.
Yeah, I don't want to feel horrible in the morning.
You're the responsible one now.
Yeah, exactly. And then the other side of it is like just day-to-day confidence. I feel so much more confident in how I look, how I feel. If I'm going on holiday, if someone would say, let's go for a hike, I would feel so much more inclined to be like, yeah, okay, let's do it. Whereas before, I probably would have been like, oh no, I'll give it a miss today, because you don't want to look like a sweaty mess in front of everyone. So that's made a huge difference. And I think as well, joining a gym where everyone's quite interactive, like social, is quite nice. Whereas before, like if I was going to the gym before, I would just put my headphones in, not talk to anyone, and not want to ask how to
do something.
Yeah, or how to use a certain piece of equipment.
It's a funny environment, those gyms, actually, because like whenever I go to, I feel like that, like, and I don't. It's crazy. Like talking to some people think you're weird if you just chat, like strike up a conversation and chat to them.
And some of my friends who go to like normal gyms, they say, "Oh no, I just go and I don't talk to anyone. I wish people would talk more." Yeah. I said, "Well, you're at the wrong gym, I think."
Yeah, usually.
Yeah. So there's like so many aspects of it, but day to day, my confidence is completely different. I just feel a lot more confident in myself, which is what I wanted. Yeah. Rather than being confident in like talking to people, because I've always been quite a confident person. But in myself, I feel so much better.
Like in terms of on like a scale, like how would you think you'd rate like how you felt about yourself sort of before at the beginning, before you started?
I would say, if I look back over the first year before I joined here, that period I was not confident in myself at all. I would say lower end of the scale, probably 3 or 4. Yeah. Still confident to talk to people and like approach people, because I do that with my work, and I've always been quite like a sociable person. But in myself, I hated taking pictures of myself. I didn't have any pictures of myself during that time. Yeah, because I would look at pictures and think, I look horrible. Really? But I never did anything about it. Whereas, like now, my friends are taking pictures and I'll get in them, and
that's nice.
Yeah,
that's really.
It feels really good.
And that's one of those funny things, isn't it? Because you don't really realise that you just live with it.
Yeah, and I think I was saying to you when I first joined, the last time I was probably confident in my body would have been when I was 18, 19 maybe, so that's like 10 years ago. Yeah. It's quite a while to sit on something and think, well, I really need to do something, but I don't know what to do. and I just didn't have the like push to do it, the drive to do it. And now I'm back to a point where I am confident in my body, and anytime it gets better, so like I continue to lose the weight and work out and feel better about myself.
Yeah.
It's better from here on out. It's not like I'm trying to recover from not being confident. I'm at the point where I could lose no more weight and I'm happy with that.
Mm-hmm.
If I were to lose more, it's a bonus at this point, because I've got a lot further than I thought I would get.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it feels great.
So like at the moment then, like have your goals changed, would you think?
Yeah, I'd say so. So when I first joined, my goal was to lose weight primarily, whereas now I'd say it's more like the fitness side of it, like trying to increase my ability to do things in the gym, certain things in the gym.
Is there anything in particular?
I really want to be able to do a pull-up. I have a really strange, I don't know why I have this, but I've always had it in my mind that I'll fall off a mountain one day and I won't be able to hang on. I never used to be able to even hold myself on a bar. So I've been working on doing like the scap pull-ups and I'm getting there slowly.
How far away do you think you are? I haven't seen you recently.
Like a full pull-up.
Full pull-up. Can you hold yourself over the top? Can you hold yourself at the top at the moment?
Probably not.
Okay.
I don't know that I've tried.
Maybe we should try.
Yeah.
You'll be the next girl for 2024.
Yeah. I think that will be the next one. Yeah. And then get rid of the band with the push-ups as well.
Yes.
So like more upper body strength more than anything.
Yeah. Cool.
I'd say that would be my goal. But just day to day, my goals have changed. I think like sticking with a good diet is completely changed. Whereas before I'd just be like, I'll do a diet for a bit, like the fad diets, lose as much weight as I can in 4 weeks, and then I'll go back to eating whatever I want.
Yeah.
And I just thought that would work, and now I've realised that it doesn't. So to stick with a maintainable diet rather than like just almost starving yourself for 4 weeks, eating next to nothing or vegetables only, and then going back to eating rubbish.
Do you feel like you've been able to? Do you feel like this is something then that you can stick to?
Yeah, definitely. And even just like now being able to go out into a restaurant and look at the food and say, okay, I know that's unhealthy.
Yeah.
So it's not that you can never have any treats, but like to have them in.
Do you feel like you got the knowledge? You got the knowledge.
Yeah, definitely.
And how do you feel about the support and like that you've got from the team and the community? Like, how much of an impact do you think that's had for you? Do you think?
A massive impact, definitely. I think when you first joined, I was probably a bit nervous to meet everyone, and then I came to the social event.
The decathlon. That was the first one you came to, wasn't it?
And it was before I'd even had my first class.
Yeah, you hadn't even done it. You came and did the whole thing.
Hi everyone. And everyone's just so friendly and like really encourage. Oh, come on, do a couple more. And you're really in class, and people really push you on.
Yeah.
The first few weeks, I'd be like lagging behind everyone else a lot in the classes, and everyone was cheering you on. Some people like join in if they've already finished. They'll join back in with you to give you that boost, which has just been great. Like it's so much more encouraging rather than if I was at the gym on my own.
Yeah, that happened.
I would just give up, I think. So it's made a huge difference. And everyone's like the chat that everyone has, everyone talks on WhatsApp and stuff, so you get like everyone's stories and you get to know people, which again is always difficult if you're working full time and stuff, or whatever it is, like going out and actually just socialising with people. Aside from going out drinking, for me was a huge thing, like a huge difference. All my friends still go out on the weekends all the time, and I was avoiding it because I didn't want to go out if they were all drinking. Whereas now, like you build up a different social life almost, and I feel confident to go out and not drink and still have a good time, and they can all still do that if they want to, but I don't feel like I need to. So it's made a huge difference.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for jumping on this. I really do. I really appreciate it. But no, I'm so proud of like how far you've come in the last 11 weeks. And it's been, you've done so well.
I can't believe it's only been 11 weeks.
Yeah.
I feel like it's been
I know.
a year almost.
Yeah, I know, but it's gone so quickly.
Yeah.
But no, you've done it, and the progress has been really consistent, and you've done the work, and you've just you're really good example of you've been very studious, and you've been you've taken on board all the information, you've done the check-ins, you've hit, and you haven't made excuses. I think that's one of the big reasons why a lot of people fail at it, is because we still kid themselves that it's like, X, Y, Z, I've got this going on, I can't, and it's not really true.
It's
it's
like
all in our heads.
prioritising yourself.
It's all in our heads. Yeah.
So I found on the weeks where I'm really busy at work or I've got loads going on.
So I'm sure you've been busy.
home.
You've been really busy.
Yeah. I think usually I would just, be like, oh, okay, I'll just get takeouts or do whatever, and it'll be fine. One meal won't hurt.
Mm-hmm.
But just like prepping for it, stuff for my birthday and stuff, we had those conversations about I was going out for dinner and I was going to go out and have a drink, and it's just doing it in moderation, I think, rather than
looking ahead
like that.
Not being reactive, being proactive.
Exactly.
Yeah,
definitely.
Awesome. Thanks, Lily.
Cool. No
That's
problem.
brilliant. Yeah, no worries. That's brilliant. Thanks for listening, guys, and we'll catch you in the next one.